Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your host, Golden Zulu. So today we have one interesting question in calculating the mean and the mode values under grouped data. So we need to fill up these blank spaces for us to be able to calculate the mean value together with the mode value. So we know for sure that this is what is referred to as the midpoint of x. So what you need to do for you to get these, you need to add 5 plus 9, you get your answer to be 14, divided by 2, you get your answer to be 7. Then you also add 10 plus 14, you get your answer to be 24, divided by 2, you get your answer to be 12. You find that the common difference between these two is 5. So 5 plus 12, that is 17, and 17 plus 5 is 22. So now that you have this data, this is what is referred to as the cumulative frequency, where the cumulative frequency of 1 is still 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 11, that is 19. And 19 plus 10, that is 29. Then f of x is the frequency that you get, is the answer that you get when you multiply 7 times 1. So 7 by 1 is 7. 12 times 7, that is equivalent to 84. Then 11 times 17, you get your answer to be 187. Then if you multiply 22 times 10, you get your answer to be 220. So for you to be able to calculate the mean, we know to say the mean value is given by the summation of f of x over the summation of what? F. Where we know for sure that the summation of f of x is when you add everything here. So let us add together. We have 7 plus 84 plus 187 plus 220, and we get our answer to be 498. So we have 498 to be the summation of f of x. Then we do divide this with the summation of f, where the summation of f is the summation of the frequency class. So we just add 1 plus 7 plus 11 plus 10, and we get our answer to be 29. Then here we divide 498 divided by 29, we get our value to be 17.17. Then if we were to put this in its whole number, it is just 17. So this is how we calculate the mean value. Then we have been told now to find the mode. Remember, for you to find the mode by definition is simply a number that is appearing so many times, the number that is having the most frequencies. So from your table, you need to check the highest number, the one having the highest number of frequencies. In this case, it is 11. So 11 is the mode frequency. So the mode class is 15 to 19. But within 15 to 19, we need to check which number was appearing most times. So the mode is given by the lower boundary class plus open bracket d1 over d1 plus d2 close bracket multiplied by the width. So this is the formula that we will always be using when we are told to calculate the mode. So what do we need to do for us to find the lower boundary? So for us to find the value of L, what we would usually do is we always add the lower interval of the mode class, of which the lower interval is what? 15. Then we add it to the upper interval of the class before the mode class. So before the mode class, we know to say the upper interval is what? 14. The mode class, remember, is 15 to 19. So the upper interval before the mode class was what? 14. Then we add plus 14 and divide this by 2. So if you were to add 15 plus 14 divided by 2, you get your answer to be 14.5. 5. So this is how you calculate the lower boundary of the mod interval. So now that we have that, for you to be able to calculate the value of D1, D1 is simply the difference between the original frequency of the mod class and the before frequency of the mod class. So remember, the mod class, the frequency of it was what? Was 11. Then the frequency that was before it was what? 7. If you were to subtract 11 minus 7, you get your value to be what? You get your value to be 4. Then for you to get D2, D2 is simply the difference of the original mod frequency subtracted with the upper frequency of the after the mod class, of which the upper frequency after the mod class was what? 10. So if we are to subtract 11 minus 10, you get your answer to be 1. Then you find the width now. So for you to calculate the width, remember, for the lower boundary we used the lower interval. So for you to find the width, you will use the upper interval. So the upper interval in this case is 19. Then you will add it to the lower interval of the class that is after the mod class. So remember, the mod class is 15 to 19. Then the lower interval after the mod class was what? 20. So you add 19 plus 20, divide this by 2. So immediately you add 19 plus 20 divided by 2, you get your answer to be 19.5, and you subtract this with the lower boundary of the class, of which the lower boundary was 14.5. So if you were to subtract 19.5 minus 14.5, you get your answer to be 5. So 5 was the width of the class. So having now summarized what we have been given, we can now replace and calculate the value of the mod, which is the exact value that was appearing with the highest number of frequencies. So we are having the lower boundary to be 14.5, and the difference in this case, which is the difference of D1, was given as 4. Then you will divide it by 4 plus 1 multiplied by the width, of which the width in this case was 5. So you will now divide. Remember, 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So in short, we can just use basic mathematics here. 14.5 plus, remember, this is equivalent to that, so they can cancel out each other. So we are having this here as our, so here we just add 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Then we multiply this times that, of which we can just cancel here. So we have 14.5 plus 4 remaining, giving us 18.5. So 18.5 is our mod class. Your host, Golden Zulu. Remember to subscribe, like, and share for more and interesting, wonderful content. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section.